Good evening. So I'm going to present my mock parent meeting. My agenda did not print very well, but um, it has welcome at the top, and then it explains the outline for the meeting, what we're going to be talking about, how much time I've allocated to each part of the meeting. It has the date and the time, and it's all festive, but apparently I don't have enough ink. So anyway, for my explanation for my parent meeting, I have the room arrangement. I have planned to set up 5 tables that are spread around the room, but since you're able to stand kind of in the middle or up at the board or whatever, with 6 chairs at each table. That way there's enough space for 30 parents. You know, everybody never comes, so this way I was hoping that I would be able to accommodate, when both parents come, and anyway, plenty of different seating options. The instructional strategies and materials needed. I will need 35 copies of my agenda, so that there's one for potentially every parent and for myself, and then a couple of extra if I need one. 30 pens, enough for all of the potential parents. I have planned to prepare an icebreaker activity so that the parents can get a little bit more comfortable with each other, because, oftentimes the parents don't always get a chance to meet each other. So, anyway, the activity for that, I will need like a large pack of index cards, and then I will leave a stack on each table for before the meeting starts, and then I will have the parents kind of choose seats, and then I'll take a few minutes to walk around and introduce myself, say hi to everybody, try to get everybody situated and seated, and then I will give them time to do the icebreaker activity, and then go over their ideas for the fundraiser, and then we'll have a large group time, and we'll discuss everything that has come to light during the small group time, and we will dismiss. So the activity that topic I guess that I chose is a holiday spectacular fundraiser. So the goal would be to have this Christmas or holiday themed fundraiser to support different activities that are going to come up in the springtime. And so my icebreaker activity to start with is something called What If. It's a game I found that it's just kind of fun, but it's not super cheesy, because I know, I've been in those awkward situations where you don't know anybody and they try to get you to do a fundraiser, and it's like your first day of online school. Tell us about yourself, so I didn't want to do something real personal. So I chose this activity because it's just fun. I would prepare the note cards ahead of time and have them on the tables ready to go with just random off the top of my head questions. Things like, what if your dog could talk? Or what if cats wore pajamas? Or, what if all fruits were the same color and you just had to guess what it was going to taste like? Who knows? Any random crazy thought. And then the goal is to have the parents, have a little bit of fun and just answer each other's questions, or for somebody to, at the small group tables, to pose the question, and then whomever feels like answering it or has a good response is welcome to contribute. It doesn't have to be a my turn, your turn sort of thing. That way people can participate as much or as little as they want. Of course you do have people that are just really not super social and really uncomfortable in social situations, and I don't want anybody to feel pressured, like, it's your turn, get ready, stand up. So I thought this was a good, comfortable way to just ease into a social situation like that. So my next step, of course, would be to break them up, or, well, they'll already be in their small groups, and then just kind of explain what the goals are for the fundraiser and come up with, all of the details. How much is our goal? What are we going to use this money for? And that way the parents have an idea of, where we want to be in the end. So how do we get there? So then the 5 questions I chose to help drive conversation and give them thoughts and spark interest in our topic were the first question is, what do you think is the most efficient way to accomplish the goals we've discussed for the fundraiser? As I said, we'll talk about how much money we need for what we need it for, what do we hope to get out of the fundraiser, etc. Second question is, do you have a talent or time that you could donate to help keep our costs down so that we get the optimal amount of, return for our efforts? I've known parents in my own kids' classrooms in the past that they really did not have the time to donate to being in the classroom because maybe they're a single parent that works full time. So they'll be there to support their child when the event comes, but they can't really help with setup or materials, so they would just make a donation. Here, I don't really have time, but here's a donation for me to help pick up materials or whatever. Or I work for a bakery, I can bring some pastries as a dessert to help during the fundraiser, when we actually have our big night, and trying to keep costs down in whatever ways. And then for those parents that do have the time, they're a stay-at-home parent or they work part-time, can you be in the classroom? Can you come and help work on costumes? Can you help decorate, set up, whatever? So thought that was a good question to kind of help people think creatively. How do we not put on some super expensive ordeal so that we can really reap the benefit of what we're putting out? Question 3, what elements of the fundraiser do you think we should put the most funds into? For example, decorations, or maybe better quality prizes for whatever games we may have, things like that. Number 4, do you work for or know of a business that may be willing to donate items for a raffle? That kind of opens up the idea of, is a raffle even the best idea? Is it not? If it is, if we want to have a raffle, do we have people that are willing to donate nice items to contribute to that so that we're minimal cost? Then my last question to drive discussion was, what story would you like for the children to perform at the fundraiser? This is obviously all about the kids, so I definitely wanted to have an element that was something they create, they make, they put their time into, and they can express themselves and whatever we've been learning about around the holidays. And at the same time, you have so many different cultural backgrounds. You don't want to do just something that's strictly a Christian tradition, or just all about Christmas night and Santa. Not everybody's into that, and I felt that was a good way to make everybody feel like they were represented and their child would be represented. So that's my mock parent meeting presentation. Thank you.